Good morning, this is Wayne Bilal with another Smart Profit Maximizer Moment. Welcome. Yesterday we talked about marketing mistakes to avoid. Today we're going to talk about business management mistakes to avoid. Really, that's half the secret to running a profitable business is to avoid the common mistakes that people make. And look, when you first started your business, and you may be there, okay, you were both the president and the janitor and the, chief cook and bottle washer. You were everything, all right? As long as you're doing most of the work, management's pretty easy. Once the business grows to a point where you have to hire employees, and that's different for each business. Service business really happens pretty quickly at about five to 10 employees. If you're in retail or construction, manufacturing, around 15 employees. At this point, what starts to happen is your ability to run the thing by your seat of your pants, run your business by the seat of your pants, pretty much is no longer possible. I mean, you need to do what you're supposed to be doing, which is selling and making sure the business is profitable. And it's hard to get involved in the nitty gritty. In fact, that's why you hired other managers and people to do it. So now you have to learn to manage. And unfortunately, most of us don't have that training or experience. I take myself as an example. I was taught to be a good CPA. 90+% of businesses that open are opened by good technicians, people who are good at their craft. Let's be honest, as a coach, I can't help you if you suck at your craft, right? If you're not a good plumber, I can't teach you, I'm not a plumber. If you're not a good dentist, I can't help you, I'm not a dentist, all right? Lucky for you, most people who start a business are pretty good at their craft, if not excellent, all right? I was well informed at that. I thought I knew what I was doing. Heck, I have an advantage. I'm a CPA, for God's sakes. I know about business. I've been working with business since I was literally a sophomore in college, okay? I know what I was doing. I had a pretty rude awakening because there's a huge difference between being good at your craft, being a good CPA, and being good at managing a business in your craft. In other words, I was a good CPA, but I sucked at managing a CPA firm. In fact, I would easily say, and I'm not boasting here, I started in 1991. The amount of growth I've had since then, if you were to take me, knock 20 years off my life, so I had the energy I had back then, but have the knowledge I have now, drop me in a different city where I know nothing, I could get back to where I'm at probably in 5 to 10 years instead of 25 to 30. That's how much of a difference management, knowing how to manage a CPA firm does over being a good CPA. And that's the same in any craft, whatever your business is. The difference between being excellent at it, at the business, and being good at your craft, what you do, what you sell, is huge. It's monstrosity. So how important, like I said, it's the only way to grow a business beyond having a job. A job is where you're doing 90% of the work. A business is something where you're running a organism and a organization that is basically producing and supplying and so a product or a service that meets a need in which you get paid for. The only way to do that is to manage, okay? So let's talk about some of the common ones I've seen. Let's start with the first one. The first thing I see is they don't have a long-term goal or a plan for reaching these goals if they do have one. If you don't have goals, you're just drifting. If you do have goals but no plan on how to reach them, you're only dreaming, okay? Every year you should have a set, or you have to set or reevaluate your goals, and every month you should have a plan to making progress towards their goals, all right? Not aligning your goals, strategies, and business systems with your values. Trying to sell something that is against your morals is a sure road to failure. I went through this myself. I passed the test back in the mid-90s to sell insurance and retirement products to my clients because I didn't feel like I couldn't seem to find anybody I trusted to take care of my clients. I lasted 6 months because I couldn't get over my feelings that I had lost my autonomy with my clients and my independence. I found myself sabotaging my sales because of the conflict with my values. And of course, shortly thereafter, I found a couple people that I trusted and I've been working with ever since. Not recognizing a new threat or opportunity. Too many businesses have failed to notice a trend and either fallen into severe financial trouble or been completely eliminated. My favorite example is Blockbuster, if you're old enough to remember them. They failed to notice an opportunity in digital content. If they had done their annual SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, they might have been able to continue as a major player in the home entertainment market. Instead, they are fighting for their survival. In truth, since I wrote this, they're gone. Okay, I think there's one left somewhere. What threats or opportunities are you missing? All right. They don't know how to hire good employees. A good employee is often a business's most important asset, especially when you're small. I mean, if you got 1,000 employees and you got 50 that are bad, you can survive that. If you have 5 employees and 2 of them suck, you're dead. All right, it's pretty much that you're never going to be there. So not learning how to hire good employees is really a talent, a crucial skill that many business owners simply do not have, and they need to learn. All right. In line with that is not keeping good employees. Once you've hired the perfect employee, let's assume you've hired superstars, you must have a system in place to direct them, monitor their work, and reward good performance. Related to that too is not having job descriptions. Without job descriptions, it's impossible to have the right people in the right spots. This leads to confusion, overlap, and loss of productivity. It also leads to your employees creating their own jobs. I tell people that don't have job descriptions or don't have systems, yeah, you do. You just didn't create them. Your employees did. Is that what's best for your customers? Maybe, most likely not. Failing to develop leaders and managers is another area. If you want to grow, you must have strong managers. This takes time and patience, so don't wait until you absolutely need a manager. Micromanaging. Too many business owners think the only way to get the job done right is if they're involved in every single aspect of the business. This stifles employee productivity, reduces initiative, and makes it difficult to keep quality employees. Stop being a meddling taskmaster and focus on growing your profitable business. Learn to delegate. Okay? Lack of systems and procedures. It's almost impossible for you to provide the customers with a consistent experience without procedures and systems. I tell my business owners they do have to have procedures. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself because I said this earlier. I tell my business owners they have systems, even if they didn't design them themselves. All right? That they are whatever your employees decide will be the best or fastest way to finish the job. This may, most likely not, it may be good, but most likely will not be what you want and what's best for the customer. And that's the only reason a business survives, is that they fulfill what the customer wants. Failing to manage the owner's time. Running a business is complicated and quickly overwhelm the owner. It's very common to get so lost in the day-to-day operations of a business that you end up ignoring the most important work of growing your business. Look, every one of those topics I just covered is a separate topic. And as a matter of fact, I've covered them all. And somewhere in my blogs and in my videos in the past, I probably have talked about them. I'm like 95% sure. So if something on this list, or the one I did yesterday, or the money mistakes I'm going to talk about tomorrow, strikes home, do a search on my blog, do a search on my YouTube channel. Very good chance I covered it. All right. Remember where my blog is, Wayne. It's Wayne at, that's my email. Well, what the heck, email me, Wayne at wjb-cpa.com. But my blog, if you go to wjb-cpa.com, brings up an old blog that I need to get replaced. I understand that. And in the upper left-hand side, and at the top, there's some tabs. On the second from the left, there's one that says blog. Click on that, it'll bring up the blog. And there's a search bar on the right-hand side of the blog. Search for whatever you want. I've got a ton of articles on the blog. I've been writing in there and putting videos in there since 2010. So if anything I say here clicks, look there. Also, look, I'm going to have something coming out for July 4th that is going to help. And I've already got the name for it, which is reset your profits or something like that. I had the name, it went away. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll bring it with me so I remember. Hey, until next time, this is Wayne Blau saying, let's make this our most profitable year ever. Thank you very much.